Awesome, bud. Go, 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 close that, close that. That's it, man, get it, come on, blow it up. Oh, baby, there it was. That was it right there. Do it again. MC, Ethan's back again, dropping fresh rhymes. God, I'm cool. Hey, bud, thanks for coming back. One of my students, good guy, funny guy, hard worker, probably can sometimes work a little bit harder. And I don't mean actually on the court. On the court, you're doing it just, you know, it's the focus is good, but still there's room for improvement on the concentration, right? And we just go where we go with this thing, man. And that's when the first thing pops into my head is, hey, man, continue to value concentration in this sport, and especially in group environments where it's easy to lose your way. Because if you can be strong in those environments, then when you're in tournaments and the pressure's on, you're gonna have those skills. We got a little bit of time with you today. You wanna work on your serve? Okay, how about, since you haven't got warmed up, before we do the serve, we work on your drop shot and talk a little bit about drop shot. So why don't you come over here, we'll chat it up and go for it. You good? Great, thanks for being here, pal. Drop shots are important just because we need to be able to use them tactically, but also we need to undermine sort of our opponent's positioning and their confidence, and it's important that we have texture in our game. And we've talked about this, so I don't have to go through the whole thing, but it's important that we have drop shots. How much we use them depends potentially on the match, how good we get at them, how much they fit into our little matrix, and how much we have to use them in the moment. But it's important that we have them so that we start to build a textured game. All right, so let's talk about it. The one that I want to work on today is this one, the inside out. You're getting around your forehand, you show the forehand, and then you go drop her into that corner right there, right? Again, we flash forehand, come here. Here's what I think. This is the first drop shot you should build. For anybody out there watching this video, this is the first one. To me, this is the easiest one too, because if you look at it, we've got nice length on it in terms of distance, the net's low, but the great thing about this drop shot right here, and if you actually watch the pros, and we'll talk about it in a second, but the great thing about this drop shot right here is that if you push it a little bit too hard, then what do we get? We get a ball that works off the court at an angle. So if you hit it great, you got a great drop shot. If you put too much on it, you get a ball that's fading off the court. So it's a highly successful and drop shot, and if we look at the pros, man, this is the one they're almost all using. In fact, if we look at like Sinner and how he's built and texturized his game, this is one of the pieces that he's gotten really good at. All right, so we want to get good at it. Last thing I'll say on that is this. To me, these are the three pieces. When you're looking at building hands game and you're looking at building the drop shot game, you need to build this dropper. You need to build, show the backhand, hit the dropper right here. And then probably the next piece would be a short angle backhand into that pocket right there. Those would be your first three pieces. Build those and then grow from there. All right, let's go. Let's see what you got. So I'll say one more thing about this drop shot as we build. Again, three pieces that I think you need to build. First two pieces, there, backhand drop shot, and then potentially short angle backhand. This drop shot right here is an illusion. You can hit it sometimes, but I was watching Fonseca yesterday, I was watching Rune yesterday. Both of them try for this drop shot, put it right in the net. I almost always see the pros miss that drop shot. The reason is this drop shot right here, so easy to get your hand under. Same with this one. So easy to get your hand under, create the height, create the grip. This one requires you to get around the ball and grab it a little bit more on the side of the ball. It's not that it can't be done, but be careful with that one. I see it constantly missed at the highest level, so this is the one. All right, let's go. All right, pal, have some fun. Ready. Show the forehand, show me the touch. Awesome, bud. Looks great. A little bit more angle on that, because that's it. Because the thing is this, again, if it sits right here and pushes deep, you're in trouble. If it sits right here and pushes deep, it's a good shot. So just a little bit more angle on the target, okay? And then I've got one other piece for you. That's it, a little bit more angle. You're on it, last one. Gotcha. Now, that was sick. Okay, listen, I liked it. Here's where it needs to improve. First off, it looks good. We've been working on this, it's coming along. I knew every single ball that you were gonna hit a dropper. How? Because you played the drop. Because you played the drop. Because you waited on that ball to descend so you could have a little bit softer of a drop shot. People are gonna read that. If every short ball you come up in the diamond position, hunting top and moving your hand through the ball, and then every time you wanna hit a drop shot, you slow your pace and you start to wait for that drop, they're gonna feel it. Trust me, it's one of the indicators, a subconscious indicator for players that you're about to go into a drop shot as soon as that body starts to kind of like get into a casual position. So that was wonderful, except you got to play the peak on that one. No, go get that top though. Go get that top, same thing. Go hunt the peak. Go. Yeah, you're late though, you're waiting on it. Come on, wake your body up, let's go. Now that's the one, that's better, play it like that. A little bit more height on that. Cool, so a couple more. I like those. They're fading and that's nice. They're gonna fade off the court. I would like a little bit more height. I would like your goal right now on these. Again, you can, if you're not in a great position, you can slash these a little bit. And if you're in a great position, you can put a little bit more height and drop them. I'd like to see that right now. Keep working it through the peak. Your quality came down, but this is the way we gotta do it, pal. We gotta work everything through the peak so that our opponent doesn't get a feel for it. Go, close that. That's better. It's too much though, come on. Nice. Great, buddy. That looks great. Let's go maybe last three, and that looks great, man. You're on it. Let's go. See if you can get it between the basket and the sideline. That's it. Come on, do it again. I need a perfect one. I need two perfect ones in a row. That's it, man. That's it. Come on. Come on, show it. Wonderful. Last one. That's the angle right there. Let's go. Don't miss the last one. Let's go. Do it again. Yeah, but you're going to get burnt there. Let's go. Awesome, pal. Last one. Hunt the top. Play that angle drop. Do it again. I know, I want to get onto your serve. No, you know what? You don't keep on missing. You've hit so many good ones. Hey, you have this piece. Add it in at the right times. Just little bits to undermine your opponent or just to take advantage of when they're putting themselves in a defensive position. We use this shot when our opponent is starting to build space because they feel the attack. That's another reason you got to go get the peak. Because you're coming up, they're going, oh, no, they're starting to build space, and then you go into this. But if you come up all soft on the drop, they're not going to be on their heels building space. That drop shot's not going to work. They're going to smell it. They're going to be on it, and you're going to be in trouble. Do you understand? Let's go. Last one. Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's go. Hunt it. That's sick. Hey, it's coming along. Here's how it comes along like the rest of your game. Use it some. I think you are using it little bits, but I don't see it really popping out in point play yet. So how do we make it pop out in point play is we put it in our backpack and we make it maybe that one improvement or one or two improvements that we want to work on that day, right? You should have a little journal at home. But these are the things that I want to add to my game. And every day you're working on one or two, right? And so put it in the backpack, bring it to class. That was good. Grab those balls up. Let's get into the serve. Hey, kid, let's get into your serve. You know the serve, right? Hey, your serve's coming along, right? It's looking cool. We're going to look at it today, talk about maybe some improvements that you can make. Let's say this, though. Let's say this. We're going to talk about improvements to make today. Feeling good? Mm-hmm. Okay, talk about some improvements to make. Regardless, that's kind of like, so the technical picture. Let's talk about how do we improve Ethan's serve to make it a monster. I think the way that you're going to become a monster is a way that a lot of people become monsters at tennis, and not the only way, but big forehand, big serve. You're building kind of a lot of dynamics in this serve that can be eventually super big. And so probably again, maybe your biggest limitation is, I just said words, now you say words. Maybe your biggest limitation is?
My serve?
No. Maybe some speed stuff, right? You tend to, so you're not slow, but you're not super fast, and you're working on it, and there's a lot of, there's still some room for you to improve in terms of you're not like a huge grinder because you're not able, you got work to do on speed and covering and court coverage. Do we agree on that? We've talked about it maybe a bazillion times, and now you're even going to see a fitness guy and you're trying to get faster, right? And I love it, dude, and you've actually made huge improvements on that. But when I look at the arc of your game, where Ethan's going with tennis, I think big serve, big forehand is gonna be one of the ways that you take this game and reach your potential. So let's look at your serve. Now, we're gonna look at the technical pieces. The big picture is this, stay with me, kid. Hit your spots. Regardless of what we're doing today, it's gonna mess you up maybe a little bit. We're gonna talk about some technical pieces. Regardless of what we do today, you need to become a spot monster. Those are our spots. For you and for righties, I like angle, corner, corner, corner. Maybe you prove that you can get the ad side angle. If you do that, we open that one up for you. But for now, angle, corner, corner, corner. Okay, let's start. Which one do you want to start with? You want to start with the red? All right, let's go. And what I want you to do is just feel loose and natural right now. And I want you to listen. I don't want you thinking about your technique right now because I want to see the technique. Okay, what I want you to do is try to hit those targets. You got it. Just a little bit more tumble into that space. So when you're warming up, if you're not feeling your serve, pal, hey, look it. I'm gonna let you serve for a minute. When you're warming up, if you're not feeling your serve, because I can see you actually, you're trying to put all your pieces together, and that's fine. It's not really what I wanted. I want you to go get locating. But when you're warming up and you're not feeling your serve, put a complete emphasis on hand feel right now. Trying to get that hand to work that ball. Just let your move be a little bit. Go get your hand on that ball so you can direct it to the target. Target right now first. Great. Great. Toss a little bit more in front. And now you're on it. And now you're on it, man. Let's go, get it. Now you're on it, baby. Let's go. A little bit of a low toss, but still great direction. So what I want you to do is take this to heart, man, because in the end, the serve is a body load, and then it's hand work through the tumble. Here, boom, my hand working that ball as I tumble. So when you come out and you're not feeling it, or just the first process of your serve should be, hey, I'm looking to get my hand on the ball, get that moment of contact right, and then grow the bigness around it. You ever heard grow the bigness? You have? All right, you're gonna have to rap again at the end, okay? For that, 2-minute freestyle at the end. All right, come on, stay with the red. That's it, man, get it, come on, blow it up. Last one. Good. Now I want you to do a couple more. Stay with the hand work, get it to the target, and then just keep trying to amplify your tumble through that space, okay? A little bit more up, a little bit more up and over. There you go. It's okay. Last one. Last cup. Get it, man. Get the hand on that target. Awesome. Okay. Do it again, actually. One more. Establish the target one more time. And then we're going to talk about the serve, because we actually don't have as much time as I thought. Well, we're fine. We'll keep going. Here we go. Get that target. That's it. Come on. Get your hand. Get your hand working that target. There you are. There you are. Great. Now, let's talk about the improvements. First off, I didn't realize you made one improvement for me already. Stand there for me. Because one of the things that you spent a lot of time making a step like this. You spent a lot of time making a step right here. Now you're putting that foot in a really cool place, okay? You see a lot of pros, maybe like Sinner, his foot tucks out a little bit, but I would say a great place when you're working on building your foot slide is that foot's not coming around, AKA Deminar, maybe some guys from the 70s, because if you do that, then you've got to recoil the hip, and it's just an odd physical place to be in. The best place to be in, I think, is just foot behind foot so that you can get into a nice coil twist. You made that improvement already. I like it. I was going to work on that with you today, so how dare you already blow up my video. Now, here's a place that we can work on. if you want to talk about having a big serve moving forward. And I would love to do this with you. I think basically there's two types of serves. By the way, I didn't watch, maybe you're stepping and sliding at the same time. Another improvement could be delivery and then into the toss, right? Like I think maybe we got to separate those moves a little bit. Not going to do that today, okay? But that could be also a tiny bit of an improvement for you. Two types of serves that we can look at. One, power position, acceleration. A lot of guys out there just loading into a power position and then acceleration. I was watching Coria versus Fonseca yesterday. Fonseca just kind of into an abbreviated move, Coria sweeping into a power position, and then there's acceleration. And then the other type is dropping a lag through the acceleration, right? Stay with me, kid. I know it's early, man, but you got to stay in this, okay? Come on. Lagging the arm through the power position. So one is kind of like, I wouldn't say stop and start, but one's more like a throwing position and then throw, and the other is fluidity through that throwing position. Lots of different ones. Some people, Djokovic, these type of guys, they just loosen the wrist and they get this sort of wrist tangling chain through there. Some people leave the racket down. Somebody like Opelka, leave the racket down and then come from there. Then you get people like Shelton, just kind of in a downcharged power position. Like it's a power position, but it's downcharged and then it's up through there. So there's different ways to slow the arm so that we get fluidity through the swing. And I think it's the best option if you can do it. Here's the problem. If you lose control over time and you can't dictate the targets, then it's too much. I would prefer lag moves if you can hit spots with them over time. If you can't, then we don't do it. I know a kid, named Lucas, over there. We were lagging his arm, didn't feel good about it. Now he's back to a pretty simple power position and he's locating targets, and I like it that way. So that will be the test for you. But because you're dragging and you're just like, and you want to get big, I like it. Here's how I'm going to do the lag without getting too much do this or do that. When your tossing hand comes up, your racket's pointing down. When your tossing hand comes up, your racket's pointing down. If you do that, arm's going to lag. Let's try it. Now, try it without me helping you. So when the tossing hand comes up, the racket has to be pointing down. And then, hey, I'm going to let you try a few. Then, because the timing's different, it's gonna feel weird. So what's the next thing? Hand feel. Don't like this, here, and then hand feel. All right, go for it. Cool. Now, awesome start to it. One, I would like, that's already a tiny improvement. I would like it. In the end, here's the truth about that move. We're gonna just use a word. It's not like, again, look at Nori, it's fine. You did it, but there was still a stall moment. There wasn't fluidity through the power position. So either you're gonna have to have a better reach down there, or that toss was maybe so high that you lagged and then you caught back up. It's gonna be work. How are you gonna do it? Here's how you're gonna do it on your own at home. I've been barking at you about the foot. You improved it. Make this happen. Let's work on it today, but let's make it happen, okay? Probably gotta, let's do it, just keep going with that. See if you can bring the toss down. See if you can slow the arm a little bit. If you come in like this, it's just so violent that you're gonna find that space again. But just keep trying. Keep trying to see if you can just slow that arm. Oh, baby, there it was. Oh, baby, there it was. Let's do it again. Come on, do it again. Feel that same feel. Killer, bro, killer. Let's go. Remember, slow the hitting arm so it doesn't feel as violently up into that power position. Slow it, just chill it, baby. How's that feel? Good. I want it to feel loose. I mean, another concept is looseness. Now, keep doing a couple. I'll tell you a little bit what I think about the whole thing, and then we'll go from there. Just think of that loose, slow arm back there. Great. And let's stay with the red target, please. Let's just stay on one target. Now that one, you're up, right? And so one thing that we can do to work on this is you can work on sliding with the racket down, okay? So we won't do that today because honestly, I feel you're already getting some work done. You're already almost on it. But if you're working on this at home, you can go like this because I'm actually making a little change to my serve. I'm working on this, watch. And I'm sitting with the racket pointing down, okay? Then you know you have it. Sitting with the racket pointing down. See if you can do it though. See if you can just stay with what you're doing. Chill out the arm. This needs your focus though, pal. Chill out that arm so that the racket's pointing down through the toss. Ooh, I like that one a lot. It was a nice one. Now, maybe the toss was too high that it stalled out, or maybe the energy of the racket move was too fast that it stalled out. But in the long picture, that would be an awesome improvement. It's a little bit looser, isn't it? It's a little bit less like, it had a nice looseness to it. It didn't, there's still more room to really lag it through for acceleration, but that was pretty cool. Great, buddy, get that target. Hand feel after the lag. Yeah, you gotta slow that, you gotta slow the racket arm. You gotta slow the racket arm. That was what brought you the success, is thinking about slowing this racket arm. Leave it pointing down, slow it. That was it right there. Do it again. That thing was popping too. Slow the hitting arm. That's gonna be your idea. Slow it. Great. Keep going. Like, no. And also, don't start so high up too. Like, relax it here a little bit so that arm doesn't want to move so quickly into that power position. Relax that hitting arm a little bit. Way better. No. Start there. Yeah, start lower. Awesome. How's that feeling? Does it feel looser? Yeah. Cool. I think it's got a ton more potential. It adds a complexity, right? It adds another factor in. One, it adds a developmental factor. You've been used to going bump, which, by the way, I believe this. Develop power positions first. Don't lag a kid's arm when they're learning, but he's got to such a good power position, now the conversation opens. Do you want to lag, or do you want to be just in a heavy power position? I like this for you. We're going to give it some time, see whether you can continue to dictate well into spaces, and if you can't, then we're going to pull it back a little bit. I think the answer for you right now is, for our conversation's sake, we're going to do a couple more, is that if you slow that hitting arm, I think that's when, and you slow that hitting arm so that it's pointing down when the toss comes up, you're getting that look that we can play with. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Okay, you think it's good, let's go. Slow it, slow it, slow it, slow that. No, you don't start up so high. Yeah, start around the waist. Let's have another key point. Start around the waist instead of starting up here, so that arm is forced to kind of like be a little bit more sluggish through that move right there. Yes. So we're gonna start at the waist.
I think the toss is too high.
Yeah, maybe. But I also just, dynamically, you ended up like you felt, right, into a stall. So what I'm gonna say, because we got other kids here and we don't have so much time on this, it was a great introduction to this. What I'll tell you is this: I see the future for you to be one of three places. Flowing into a power position, flowing into what you just showed me there, which is kind of a lagging but still kind of into a pausing acceleration, or flowing into a true lag where that arm follows behind and really lags behind the body into an accelerated phase. Any of those three are gonna be great. I would say right now, so that we have clarity leaving here, we're shooting for the most dynamic one right now. We're shooting for a place where that arm is traveling behind the body's acceleration, so you get all that lagging momentum. The way that you did it the best in that short time was this: start a little bit low. Don't start up here, because then you're gonna start a little bit low, and when that tossing hand's pointing up, that hitting hand is pointing down. Feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. We love you so much. I love you so much. If you like this video, please do the things, hit the subscribe, comment, say something nice, and like. Do it again. Hunt the top, baby.